Welcome to Gifted Underachievers, the podcast for mid-level creatives with delusional ambitions. In this segment, Pat and James discuss Pat's upcoming Stencher trip to navel gaze in Palermo, Spain. Well, kidding aside, Pat provides context to her writing trip to the Mediterranean coast and what she is doing to prep her creative adjacent business for her absence. Hey, Pat.
Yes, James, yes.
Well, I'm here in the Gifted Underachievers clubhouse, glassed-in veranda and steam sauna and infinity pool.
How's it going over
there? I'm going through our March plan.
March
plan.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing a rather troubling thing here.
What is it?
Your trip to Palermo, Spain. And all I can think is we have a stencher in the making.
You know what? You're not wrong.
Really?
Yeah, bring me a tea, you peon. Bring me an infusion. I'm a stencher, and I'm going to spend a month on my own creative navel gazing while you toil away in your whatever kind of a life you think you're leading.
Oh, my sad little life compared to yours, right? I am one of the little people.
Plebe.
Do you no longer pay taxes? Is that what the little people do?
Listen, don't say the word taxes because then they'll be after me.
Oh, so is this a tax holiday?
Listen, I didn't agree to talk about taxes. No stencher will talk about taxes. Come on.
I know. How ghosts should be to talk about money.
Get your shit together, young man. I love being a stencher. I just feel so good. Okay. Wait a minute. Should we just briefly explain what a stencher is?
Yeah. Have at it.
Okay. Well, a stencher is somebody, a creative, so-called worker in air quotes, who emits the stench of privilege because they're not struggling to our satisfaction.
Yeah.
We want them to struggle more. We want their struggle to be as hard as ours is. And
yeah, God damn it. Being a creative should be all about the struggle.
All about the struggle. I mean, maybe we're writing our own memoirs here, but so the stencher is somebody who's basically nose blind to the fact that they are very privileged and that they are emitting the stench of privilege. And we came up with this a couple of years ago, and then we didn't really run with it because it was hard to find stenchers who would agree to be interviewed. That was our biggest stumbling block. Yeah. But now
there's a lot of off mic stencher discussion about people that we're very judgy.
Well, eye rolling, stenchered under the breath,
Oh yeah.
So but now we have one because I will become a stencher for the month of March. And what do you want to know?
Well, so tell them what your stench is. What is the stench that you are engaging in?
Well, I'm going to Palermo, Spain for a month. And, sure, it started as a joke because I didn't actually know where Palermo was. But now I'm saying it as a way to cover my tracks because I don't want to be hunted down as a stencher and done away with in where I'm really going. I'm going to the Mediterranean coast for a month to work on a novel. And, I know, right? Everything about it stenches. And I'm a little sad there's no bathtub in this place I booked. Oh my God, so much stench here because I didn't love a bath. God,
you're like the durian fruit of stenchers.
Oh, I just oof. I'm emitting a toxic green cloud everywhere I walk. But I have to tell you, the reason I booked this trip was my mom was in the hospice. She was in there for a long time, and in a way, and it had been 2, 3 years of heavy, heavy lifting with a very elderly parent, and running a small business, a small creative adjacent business, and all the shit that goes with regular life, not making enough money really for a couple of years, and just struggling financially, which at my age I hope never to have to do. And then, so I delusionally booked this, as we gifted underachievers like to do. I delusionally booked a VRBO in Malaga, Pennsylvania for a month. And I did
Pennsylvania.
I had to pay for it up front, but I
Wait a
didn't
minute.
what? I'm
Dutch
joking.
country, trying to now say you're going to Dutch country,
I'm not going to Dutch.
Pennsylvania,
I
on the
can't set foot in the
Mediterranean
US.
coast,
I'm morally and legally banned from that area. So um so the point is I booked it when I was in a very low period and I all I did was book it and um I paid for it up front, the accommodation, but I could cancel up until about 6 days ago. I could have canceled it.
Okay. So you're committed now.
So now I'm committed. And then I bought the plane ticket. I was even more committed actually, probably in November I bought the plane ticket. And now I'm gonna leave in like, I don't know, 23 days or something. And yeah, that's how we got here.
All right. Well, after that, heat map of rationalization,
You're right. You're so right. Go on.
it's a little less stenchy. Well, we'll give you credit. And, this is a working, and, air quote marks for working, uh, vacation here.
You're so
But
bitter.
no, I mean, in all seriousness, you're picking up sticks, you're grabbing, your bug out bag, you're heading to an undisclosed location in Spain along the Mediterranean coast.
Yeah.
Uh, and you're very excited about it.
Yeah.
But, I think the value for listeners, perhaps, how are you prepping? Because
Okay.
you're not just going on vacation, right? It's not grab sunscreen and bathing suit. It's,
No,
uh,
no.
you really are going to work.
I'll try to keep this actually quite quick. So I started prepping basically as soon as I booked it because I knew I had to go for a month without income. So I loaded up on work at the end of last year. I'm busy, blah blah. I'm now booking projects for right after I get back. Running a course right after I get back. So there's some financial preparation involved in needing to earn, um, you know, enough to live on, not just while I'm there, but to run the place I live in, because my kid lives here, and my other kid's going to come back and stay here while I'm gone, so the
Oh,
cat won't
good.
die of malnutrition, and not that the cat would die of malnutrition. That's not even a thing. But anyway, so I've got to still run all my expenses plus pay for the trip and make up for the income I'm going to lose by not working on paid work while I'm there. So, which
Mhm.
is substantial. So that was the preparation that happened. I also had to prepare around my calendar. I had to not book shit. I had to close off
Mhm.
my Calendly booking for the coaching I do. I had to do, but some minor admin stuff. I've made a list, and a lot of it involves sort of admin stuff. I've traveled a
Mhm.
lot. In my 20s, I went around the world. In my 30s, I went twice. I went around the world twice in my 20s, and
Mhm.
so I have traveled a lot. However, it's been a while. So a lot of my list stuff has to do with informing credit card, getting euros to spend versus Canadian dollars, um, making sure I have a good, pretty solid list of passcodes and stuff because if I'm in a different environment and I need to unlock something on my phone, I'm like, what the hell's the
Mhm.
password? It's all very sort of context linked for me, so I need to actually bring something. I got to get adapters, travel insurance, a plan so I can use my phone. Your Google Translate, make sure I know how to it functions in case I'm in a place where I really can't function just with English and limited
Mhm.
Spanish. Um, Prepare work-wise, so change my website so it says don't even try using my contact form in this period because I'm not going to answer. Um,
Mhm.
Blank out other stuff. And then I got to bring a keyboard computer because I can't use my laptop keyboard. It's too hard on my tennis elbow, like the
Right.
injury I have on my arm. So I got to
Oh
bring it.
boy, you just got more
I
stencher.
know because tennis elbow, guess
A
what? I didn't
tennis
get it playing
injury.
tennis. I've actually got to bring a bunch of physical stuff, the extra ports, doohickey, like a hard drive. So
Yeah.
maybe a third of my packing will be work related, just equipment. And I'm not going to bring my
Mhm.
giant podcast mic, and then I guess all kinds of shit. But I think really when it comes down to it, what I got to bring is um an attitude of gratitude.
Wow. Mental prep
I got to
gets us.
remember that this is not an interruption of my money making. This is a reset that I desperately need after the last three
Yeah.
years, and I paid for it, and I'm entitled to it because I can take it, and I want to, and I'm
Mhm.
going to.
Yeah. No, your sense of entitlement is strong. We can feel it, all of us who just listened to that are going, whew, okay.
Yeah. The stench.
No,
Can
I
you
think
smell
this
it?
is great.
Can you
I
smell it
I
too?
think that yeah, well, yeah, your rationalization heat map has now been overwhelmed by your entitlement.
Attitude of
But
gratitude.
I have a question,
Yes.
right? Which context gathering.
Okay.
What are you doing for context gathering?
In what way? You mean like about Spain?
Well, so you're going with an intention, right?
Yes.
It's not, vacation is there's generally there's those people that overplan vacations as far as I'm concerned, because if you have any plan on a vacation, I don't want to have anything to do with it. I just like, do what feels right for the day. But you have a plan, you have an intention, you have a goal to complete a lot of writing on your
Hmm.
novel.
Yeah.
So what context gathering are you doing in terms of being able to achieve, goals? Are you setting like daily word counts? And also just for understanding where you're going and any resources that might be available,
Yeah.
or, anything related to you're going to be in this new different space. How are you going to make it work?
Oh, um, well, I believe that my earlier career in the conference industry has set me up well to be able to arrive in a different location and then run a business out of it, basically. Like I'm not running my business, but we would go live in a hotel for 3 months and run a big office of the coordinator out of a hotel, a bunch of linked hotel rooms. So I feel that I really I'll bring everything I think I'm going to need and I'll upload stuff to the cloud that I don't know if I'm going to need, like in terms of background
Mhm.
material, research documents, all that stuff, because I do quite a lot of research even to write a novel. And then I'm going to wing it. I'm going to get there. I'm going to fold my intention around the writing so that, it's like when the 3-day novel comes, I'm not distracted. I don't have a problem saying I should just go to the beach. 30 days is a lot longer. Two of them will be full travel days, but I mean,
Mhm.
it's more likely that I'll drop the ball because it's a longer period of time. But still, I think I have,
Mhm.
I'm just bullheaded enough to go, well, this is what I'm here for. I'm going to do it. And I think
Yeah.
the closest thing I have to an intention is if the little kitchen chair isn't, because it's a tiny little place, if that's not workable, I'll go find a different chair, basically. I'll go buy a lawn chair or something. And if they don't have
Mhm.
them there. And then the other intention is I'll do most stuff in the morning mentally, because then I can decide if I want to work more later. Whereas if I don't do it in the morning, then I have to work later, and that doesn't work that well for me. So, I'll just kind of work with my own biorhythms, that kind of stuff. I don't
The
know. Does
wing,
that sound too vague?
yeah, it does. I feel like, how are you going to tamp down Dobnado so this doesn't turn into 30 days of Stella gets her groove back?
You don't know how disciplined I am, JB. I'm very disciplined.
Well, we to do this work, period, you have to be disciplined,
Yeah, or.
right? Because you got to get up every day and you got to put in the hours and you got to,
Yeah,
do all this kind of
you
stuff.
make your own paycheck, right? I've been doing
But
that my entire working life.
boy, the
Yeah,
opportunity to 30 days after you get there be like, "Phew, boy, did that go quick. Wonder what
yeah,
happened."
yeah. I got a half page here. You know what? That's good enough.
Yeah. 100 words done today, you know.
Yeah, I could do word counts. I'll probably do more things like more like hours because I write really fast. So it takes 45 minutes for me
Uh,
to write 700 words. Like it's not a big deal. They're not good words. So I think I'll probably set something. See, I don't like to. over plan how I'm going to execute a
Mhm.
project because that I'll do the thing I do on the 3 day, which is bring index cards, fold my head around it. At the 3 day, it's 12, 15 hours, 3 days in a row,
Mhm.
20 hours sometimes. But in this case, it'll be like 5, 6 hours. I'll just write 5, 6 hours and then I'll stop.
Mhm. Yeah, no, I think that makes like if it was me, in terms of setting up how am I going to achieve the goals and work schedule, I would definitely set, word count and one that's a
Mm.
little bit of a stretch so that I can kind of when we get there, it's like I have this stretch word count goal. I can see if it's feasible or if I actually end up writing more because I'm someplace new and inspired and
Hmm.
then I would make sure that there's a healthy reward
Oh, okay.
built
Yeah,
in
that's a good idea.
day,
Yeah.
right? So it's not just because I wouldn't want to do it by hours, right? I wouldn't want to say to them, I'm going to have to sit in a chair for 6 hours while I'm, away. It's
Mm.
more like if I want to write, say, and this would be ambitious, but if I want to write the first draft of a novel,
Yeah.
then I would sort of say, I would think, okay, is that realistic at 80,000 words? Divide that by 30, that seems
Yeah.
ambitious. So,
2,500 words a day. Yeah, you could
yeah.
do it. Anybody.
I mean, it's possible, but would it be any
Well,
good? And
that's my
and then you
point,
get into
right?
like, I just got
Yeah.
enough. So then I would set, again, it would be a stretch, but it would be rational. And then I know my goal that at the end of 30 days, I want to have X number of words done, but I
Mm.
also want to be able to really enjoy the experience too. So trying to set it up so that I work mornings until I don't know, like noon or one or something. And then I would create, allow myself this extended afternoon time to really kind of go play.
You sound so, I don't know what. Like this is how you would operate. It's not, doesn't have to be how I would operate. And
No,
I
no, no, no,
operate
no.
a different way. I mean, you call me Dobnado in jest, but when I want something to happen, I just make it happen if I can. And if I
Yeah,
can't, I don't sweat it too much unless I want to. So, I mean, maybe I'm delusional. Maybe I'm actually mentally
yeah.
ill, but I think
The
it'll
the
be fine.
cubicle, your white cubicle.
That's right.
Once you escape it,
Yeah.
you don't know.
Oh, what's about
Donado might, you know, you might show up there, glasses and pale white skin where everybody's, blinded by the reflection
Nobody's
in
gonna
your
look at
all
me.
white outfit.
I'll wear like a Mr. Clean boiler
You
suit
know,
or something. You know
and
what?
then somebody says a little sangria,
Yeah.
and you're like, no, 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 I am here for serious. And then, one sip and off.
9 jugs later, I'm in the gutter.
Well, you're just 30 days later. It's like, oh
It,
boy.
you know what? Okay, you're just
I'm jealous.
you're
I
just
am
rattling
jealous.
my cage right now. We don't need that. This is not going well. I don't feel like a stencher. I feel like somebody who's getting poked at for doing something different. So there.
All right. Well, the exciting news is we're going to be keeping up with Pat Doby as she goes to Palermo, Spain.
Maybe not if you
We're
bring
going to
this attitude towards our chat.
No, I'm excited. I am. All kidding and poking aside, I am truly excited to. Well, one, there's going to be a new background that's probably not going to be all white, but two, I think traveling vicariously with another, basically.
Yeah.
So, going to see, all the changes and how it's working and good content. How does this work?
Yeah.
You know?
Okay. Good. Well, thank you, JD. I think it'll be. I think it'll be fine. I think if I'm lucky, I'll come across as a stencher when I'm there, um, because that's my goal.
All right, good luck. I wish you the best in that goal. And I will be the first to tell you that you are the durian fruit of literary stenchers.
Gracias.
Thanks for listening to Gifted Underachievers, the podcast for mid-level creatives with delusional ambitions. We'd love to hear how we're doing, so please leave a comment, join our chat page, or send us an email at giftedunderachievers@substack.com. You can find us on Spotify, iTunes, and anywhere else you like to download your podcast. Also, please hit the share and or subscribe button. It really does help a lot. And as always, have an awesome day.